Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are breaking down one of the absolutely most electric, visually stunning moments in recent sports history, the kickoff of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We're exploring how one incredible performance didn't just, hype up a crowd. It literally set the blueprint for the most unprecedented global tournament in history.
So what happens when massive Bollywood star power crashes headfirst into the biggest sporting event on Earth? Well, the answer played out to a roaring crowd at Toronto Stadium, just ahead of the highly anticipated Canada versus Bosnia match. The atmosphere was nothing short of electric. You've got thousands of fans buzzing with anticipation, a huge global audience watching from home, and just the absolute perfect stage set for an unforgettable collision of sports, music, and culture.
And then she appears. Nora Fatehi commanded the stage, draped in this incredibly striking red outfit that practically demanded the entire stadium's attention. I mean, she completely stole the spotlight. The very moment she stepped out, she instantly energized the crowd. It wasn't just a vocal performance, right? It was a high-octane physical spectacle. Her dance routine was packed with so much power and precision, it went viral across social media platforms almost instantly. Fans all over the world just couldn't stop sharing clips of her completely owning that Toronto stage.
And this brilliantly illustrates how meticulously the stage was set before Nora even took her first step. Imagine this, you have a grounding, beautiful tribute to Canada's Indigenous peoples and their rich cultural heritage, followed up by the vocal powerhouse Alessia Cara. All the while, the pitch is glowing in Canadian red, white, and gold. And when Nora finally performed, she wasn't alone. She was backed by this massive, perfectly synchronized group of dancers. It was just the ultimate hype-up for the match that followed, which, by the way, saw Lauren heroically salvage a draw for Canada against Bosnia. An absolutely unforgettable night of action, both on and off the pitch. But we've got to talk about the anthem that brought the house down. The song she performed is the tournament's official anthem, titled Siir Siir. So what does that actually mean? Well, Siir Siir is a legendary Moroccan football chant that translates simply to "Go, go." It's the ultimate rallying cry. Just imagine the sheer volume of thousands of fans chanting that powerful, driving phrase all together. It injects this raw, unfiltered excitement straight into the veins of the stadium. It's a chant specifically designed to push teams forward, and let me tell you, it completely electrified the audience in Toronto.
Let's break down the anatomy of this track for a second, because it is an absolute masterclass in global representation. The song is a powerhouse collaboration featuring Nora Fatehi, the French singer Vegedream, and producer Sanjoy. But what truly makes it special is the incredible linguistic blend. We are talking Arabic, English, French, and Moroccan Darija all on one single track. This isn't just a song, it's like a massive cultural collision wrapped in a pulsing beat. This multilingual approach perfectly matches the international, deeply connected spirit of the World Cup itself. It brings all these different corners of the world together into one shared rhythm.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the surprisingly intimate story behind the massive global spectacle. Nora actually told ABC News Live, "It's definitely a homecoming for me. It's a moment in my journey. I left Toronto years ago to pursue my career as an actor, singer, and performer in India. And I said to myself, when I officially come back to Toronto to do something, it has to be groundbreaking and on another level. Imagine now, it's the World Cup opening ceremony, and I couldn't have asked for a bigger platform." So you see, this wasn't just another gig for her. This was a profoundly emotional, full-circle moment.
Just think about the sheer scale of that leap of faith for a second. You have a young artist who leaves Toronto years ago, diving headfirst into India's hyper-competitive entertainment industry to build a completely new career, only to return years later to command her hometown stage for the entire world to see. It is a true testament to ambition, hard work, and honestly, the incredible global cross-pollination of modern pop culture. But as spectacular as that Toronto homecoming was, it was actually just one piece of a massive continental puzzle. Let's move to Honduras and see how this builds the bigger picture. We really need to zoom out, because this 2026 World Cup is doing something we have never quite seen before, and the opening ceremonies were designed from the ground up to reflect that absolutely unprecedented scale. While Toronto was going wild, there were two other massive opening ceremonies happening at the exact same time. It's a logistical miracle, honestly, just thinking about the coordination behind it all. Up in Toronto, we had Alanis Morissette, Alessia Cara, Michael Bublé, and Ileana alongside Nora Fatehi. Meanwhile, down in Los Angeles, the U.S. ceremony was headlined by Katy Perry, Anita, Lisa, and Future. And down in Mexico City, fans were treated to Shakira,
J Balvin, Mana, and Burna Boy performing another official tournament song, Die Die. It is an absolute powerhouse lineup stretching right across North America. 3 host nations, 3 separate parties, all synchronized perfectly.
So the crucial point is figuring out why we needed 3 simultaneous ceremonies in the first place. And the answer comes down to this number right here, 48. By expanding the roster to 48 teams, FIFA just leveled up the World Cup into the largest, most sprawling tournament in the history of the sport. It requires more venues, a ton more infrastructure, and naturally a much larger, continent-spanning celebration to properly honor the highly diverse nations stepping onto the pitch.
When you pull all these threads together, you quickly realize this isn't just a soccer tournament anymore. Between the tri-nation collaborative hosting by the United States, Canada, and Mexico, the record-breaking 48 competing teams, and those multilingual anthems beautifully executed by artists like Nora Fatehi, it's basically an unprecedented experiment in global unity. FIFA is essentially using this hyper-localized globalism to anchor a massive event, proving once and for all that football and music are universally understood languages.
Which brings us to the ultimate question for you. With 48 teams battling it out across North America until the final whistle on July 19th, who do you think will ultimately take home the prize? The stage is masterfully set, the anthems are ringing in our ears, and the games have officially begun. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, enjoy the matches.